When preparing for a graphic design interview, it's essential to consider the types of questions you may be asked and how to effectively answer them. One common question is what makes a good designer. This inquiry is an indirect way of assessing your approach to design, allowing the interviewer to compare your perspective with their own and determine your fit for their agency or company. To answer this question, focus on the behavioral traits of a designer, rather than your skill set. Good design isn't just about being proficient in a particular software, but about creating a design that fulfills the goal of a project. Researching the agency or company and understanding the kind of work they create will give you insight into what they consider good design. A suitable answer might be: a good designer asks questions and focuses on the goals of the design, ensuring that the design is purposeful and thoughtful, with a strong skill set and creative ideas that ultimately create a design that takes into account everything laid out in the creative brief. Another question you may be asked is about something you struggle with as a designer and how you work to overcome it. This question is designed to gauge your self-awareness and ability to self-correct. The interviewer is looking for someone who understands their shortcomings and has developed tactics to overcome them. Answering authentically, speaking about something you struggle with, and explaining how you work to improve in that area is crucial. For example, you might say, "You tend to jump into execution instead of taking the time to fully understand what a client needs or wants to accomplish. And to overcome this, you use a creative brief to slow down and ensure you're considering all facets of a project before starting the design execution." You may also be asked to describe a time when you solved a conflict with a coworker. This question is intended to understand your approach to resolving conflict, which is a leadership quality. Focusing on a real conflict that you experienced and resolved. Explaining what happened, what you did to resolve the conflict, and the outcome of the situation demonstrates your professionalism and emotional intelligence. For instance, you might describe a situation where you worked on a team to build a presentation, and due to frequent changes from a copywriter, tensions arose between the designer and the copywriter. You suggested changing the process to receive the final content from the copywriter instead of the draft, which saved time and improved the workflow. Additionally, you may be asked about your approach to client revisions. This question is designed to learn how open you are to feedback and how you respond to it, which speaks to your professionalism and ability to navigate the client relationship. Your answer should show that you value feedback and client input, and that you understand design is an iterative process that evolves over the course of revisions into a stronger design. A suitable response might be: you are open to feedback and want to ensure you're delivering what the client needs. And over time, you've grown to understand the importance of feedback in creating a stronger design. Finally, you may be asked to describe a time when you went above and beyond for a client. This question is intended to understand your willingness to work hard to make a client happy and your understanding of the importance of client relationships. Focusing on the situation, the expectation of what needed to be done, your actions, and the outcome, and if possible, tying it back to how it impacted the business and the bottom line, demonstrates your commitment to delivering exceptional service. For example, you might describe a situation where you created a brochure for a client and, due to the printer's server being down, you personally drove the file to the printer to ensure it was delivered on time, resulting in the client being incredibly appreciative and leading to an ongoing working relationship.